StockPulse Newsroom, we are talking Kootenay Silver today. Kootenay trades as KTN on the Toronto Venture Exchange. We've got the Chief Executive Officer, Jim McDonald, to run through the latest news of the company. Jim, appreciate the time. It's been quite a while since we've connected. It looks like a lot of releases in between here. It's latest, you hired a new treasure hunter here, a new VPX, and looks like you put a few bucks in the bank. So, yeah, I guess let's get to what you think's pertinent. But, Jim, appreciate you taking the time.
Yeah, hi Rob. So we let's start with a new treasure hunter. Dale Brittliffe came on board as VP Exploration. We've known Dale for a long time. He's a really great geologist, very, very capable guy, and we've known him for years, and brings a real depth of experience to our team, and also an aspect to our team that we didn't exactly have, in that sort of that bridge from executive to exploration geologist. So really happy to have him on board, and he's going to be key in driving our Columba discovery forward as we go towards resource and PEA and hopefully feasibility studies down the road here.
Yeah, and you threw a few bucks in the kitty here too to increase your efforts here. So you want to talk about what you're going to do with the proceeds?
Yeah, so the big purpose of those proceeds is to finish paying for that property. And it's the Columba property, that is, that great high-grade discovery we got underway. And so we needed, from November until May, 2.1 million US more in payments to do, staged over several months. And so we need to put that money away, and a little more money for operating capital, and hopefully enough for a drill budget as well. So that was the big purpose of that money, is to secure 100% of that property. So that's going to be great to have that done. And so what else is going on is we're planning some initial metallurgical work here on the core. The team is revising the vein models with all the new drilling and the incredible hits that we've had. Like on that D vein, when we're seeing those widths upwards of 34 meters of high grade, and just incredible numbers. I mean, we've got two holes there 90 meters apart. One's over 30 meters or nearly 30 meters of over 400 grams, and the other one's over 30 meters of over 500 grams. So just, incredible hits. And so we're revising the vein models based on all this new drilling, and prioritizing the next set of holes and where we should go with it. So I'll just say off the top here, the overall program we see there is a need for 50,000 meters of drilling here in several stages. So what we're focusing on here is the first stage, the next stage, following up on all these incredible hits.
Yeah, let's talk about those hits here. I've got a release open here. Yeah, 58 40 grams per ton over, as you mentioned, that 34 within that 34.5 meter. What do you think you have here, Jim? You got a silver market that seems to be just starting to maybe wake up here. It could be some pretty good timing for what you think you have, huh?
We've been of the opinion that silver price is going to break out of its malaise here, let's call it, for quite some time. So it was really stuck below 1920. It broke decisively above 20 very recently, and now above 22, which was another big barrier. So we see in the next real major barrier being at 30. If it breaks through that, and when it does, because we believe it will, then we could be on a run to new highs, and new all-time highs, which is over $50 an ounce. And we see that coming. And the timing, who knows? But that's our opinion. That's where we see it going. And that sort of silver market, it's going to be really, really exciting for us, especially with this great high-grade discovery we got going.
Yeah. So I guess for investors here, let's build them a message here, Jim. A lot of beat up stocks, as you just mentioned here, all the reasons to go higher, and the old cliche there, everything's cheap. But let's get in here and tell investors what they can get with Kootenay. You mentioned some drilling here. You got some high grade. What's 23 going to be all about?
So Kootenay offers two things to the investor. Basically, we've got one of the largest junior-owned silver resource bases in Mexico. So we in two different deposits. And so we offer a lot of leverage to the silver price, and you see that in our stock price. And then what's of imminent and immediacy here and excitement is that new Columba discovery. So it looks like we've actually identified a brand new vein district. Could end up being an entire district. We've got a system here that's now 4 kilometers in one direction by 3 kilometers in another of multiple veins that we can trace along up to 4 kilometers of strike. So it's a big system, and it's in a caldera setting, which geologically is really good. And on top of that, it's barely been eroded. So the lowest point in elevation is just cropping off the top of the veins where you've got good grade. So you're just barely eroded this system. So whatever was originally deposited here is still sitting there. So it's a really unique situation, and that in discovery that we're onto here.
Certainly look forward to keeping an eye on the wire for more. Jim McDonald, he is the CEO, Kootenay Silver, KTN, Toronto Venture Exchange up in Canada. Jim, appreciate you taking the time, and look forward to checking back in when you hit the wire again.
Thank you.